Even in Hollywood, a town full of egos and idols, Amber Heard and Ezra Miller would appear to be in a league of their own. Both feature prominently in upcoming DC movies, and saddled with dealing with both of them is David Zaslav, the new CEO of Warner Brothers. He will decide their respective place in the DC universe going forward, or lack thereof. Over the last week, we have learned more about what he may decide, so in this video, we will go over the latest headlines regarding Ezra and Warner's commitment to him in The Flash, while they're seemingly gearing up to replace Amber in Aquaman 2 before its tentative March release. Although it should still be considered a rumor at this time, we are now seeing multiple reports suggesting that David Zaslav has decided the fate of Amber Heard and Aquaman 2. Not only have we heard this independently from our own sources, it is also being reported by Small Screen's Edward Lauder and is being further supported by Mikey Sutton's Geekosity magazine. As we have reported over several videos dating back years, Warner was and continues to be quite keen on snagging Emilia Clarke to replace Amber. The Geekosity write-up reads, Warner Brothers Discovery wants Emilia Clarke to replace Amber Heard as Mira. According to Small Screen, they discussed it even before the Johnny Depp defamation trial. It appears that fans aren't the only ones who think Jason Momoa has more chemistry with Emilia Clarke than with Amber Heard. Even during the trial, DC Films president Walter Hamada's statement indicated Momoa and Amber Heard's lack of chemistry had executives worrying. Hamada stated, It was the concerns that were brought up at the wrap of the first movie, production of the first movie, which is the issue of chemistry. Did the two have chemistry? I think editorially they were able to make that relationship work in the first movie. But there was a concern that it took a lot of effort to get there, and would we be better off recasting? Finding someone that had a little bit more natural chemistry with Jason Momoa and move forward with that actor. The desire to replace Amber with Emilia Clarke will of course not be news to anyone who's been keeping up with us here at Midnight's Edge. But what is new are the multiple reports that David Zaslav now has given his blessing to proceed with this recasting. Even though we stress that this still needs to be taken as rumor pending official confirmation. Assuming for the moment that it is accurate though, we have heard some more details on how this may play out. Keeping in mind the usual reminders that pending official confirmation all of this needs to be taken with a grain of salt. What both Mikey Sutton as well as our own Tom Connors have heard independently of each other is that this was a decision that was a long time coming. All it was waiting for was Zaslav's seal of approval, and now it has that. It is unclear how much communication has taken place between Warner and Emilia Clarke's people over the role at this time. But both Tom and Mikey have heard that scheduling is the only hurdle that needs to be worked out. And from that, it can reasonably be assumed that some early negotiations must already have taken place. Since the schedule for when the proverbial meta reshoot will take place has yet to be worked out, it is still uncertain if the release date of Aquaman 2 will have to be pushed back further. But there should be ample time to slot in reshoots without the March of 2023 release date being affected. But when it comes to that other troublesome DC superhero, things may not be so easy, and Zaslav is seemingly running out of not only time, but options. Ezra Miller has been making his own waves in the headlines lately, as we've continuously covered. To briefly summarize, it would appear that when he isn't choking or throwing chairs at women, he has been dabbling in alleged kidnappings and acting very suspiciously around minors and other vulnerable individuals. On June 30th, Variety did an exposé on the actor, revealing yet another past incident. But despite it all, the recurring narrative in the trades has been that Warner remains committed to Ezra Miller and to giving The Flash the full blockbuster treatment with him still in it. This claim has been repeated across multiple articles, and they have all painted the picture that Ezra Miller is safe and secure as The Flash, no matter what he does. That picture, however, may be based on an outdated premise. almost every single article claiming that The Flash will be given the blockbuster treatment with Ezra Miller still in it based their story upon this one section of Variety's June 30th exposé. As for Miller's future as a movie star, it's unclear whether he will continue to perform as the Scarlet Speedster in future projects. But Warner Brothers is still committed to releasing its $200 million budgeted tentpole The Flash in theaters of June of 2023. According to sources with knowledge of the project, the film simply costs too much for the studio to scrap entirely. And reshooting with a new actor in Miller's role is similarly cost-prohibitive, because the actor is in virtually every scene. Also, the film likely can't generate the revenues needed to turn a profit without a robust theatrical run. So putting the movie direct on HBO Max is also unlikely. All eyes are on Warner, however, as to how it continues to navigate the choppy waters surrounding Miller. The studio already had to downplay the actor's involvement in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, which opened in theaters in April. In other words, all of these articles that have since claimed Ezra's position as the Flash is safe and secure have recycled their information from the Variety exposé, which was published on June 30th and written even earlier, long before the most recent bout of accusations and before Ezra Miller went underground, hiding from the law. Nearly a month prior, on June 2nd, Variety had an earlier story about Miller. The publication's Rebecca Rubin wrote an editorial that sounded an awful lot like the ones coming from us months ago, during his arrest in Hawaii and in Variety as well. The other Variety piece said, "Barring unforeseen developments, sources say, Warner is battling ahead with the intention to give the superhero film the full blockbuster treatment. The Flash simply costs too much money to scrap the project entirely, and it likely will not generate the revenues needed to turn a profit without playing in theaters." Note the phrasing though, barring unforeseen developments. If Ezra Miller has become known for anything, it is unforeseen developments. Just when Hollywood thinks that nothing can top Ezra's previous accusation, the next one does just that. To put it bluntly, Ezra Miller is not nearly as safe and secure as the Flash as he was assumed to be just a few weeks ago. Even on this matter, we have heard some additional information from our sources. As usual, the none of this can be independently verified, so do take it with a grain of salt, warnings apply, and with that out of the way. Although what we've heard doesn't outright dispute the idea of Warner being committed to Ezra. We have been told that he isn't nearly as safe in the role as all the recycled and therefore out-of-date articles would have you believe. According to our sources, the fate of the Flash and Ezra Miller has yet to be decided. While it is all but certain he will be replaced for the next movie. Case in point, Warner have been trying to swat away rumors that they were secretly looking at other actors like Dylan O'Brien as future replacements for months already. But the option of reshooting this movie without Ezra is, according to our sources, not off the table. There are arguably a lot of reasons why replacing Ezra in the upcoming Flash would be a financial and technical nightmare. But despite what the trades and other sources according to them are saying, it may not be as impossible as you'd think. Our own Tom Connors was told from his sources that pushing the movie back to June of next year had more to do with Ezra's latest bout of mishaps and bad press than it had with the movie needing extra effects work, which was the official cover story. According to his sources, Warner were hoping Ezra would behave, get some help, and hopefully lay low until the movie could be released and they could quietly replace him going forwards. But that was before the most recent accusations, as well as further accusations of past wrongdoings seeing the light of day. Compounded by how badly the Harry Potter spin-off series flopped, we are being told that all options are on the table. What is more, reshooting The Flash with the intention of replacing Ezra is not only a viable option, it is rapidly becoming the only real choice available to Zaslav. With ever more reports of alleged misconduct coming in, and with Ezra, as of the making of this video, still not located by the authorities who would like to have a word with him, Releasing the movie with him still in it might soon become an unfeasible option. As for what is taking so long, Zaslav and his team can only deal with one thing at a time. With the decision now seemingly made for Amber Heard and Aquaman 2, they will soon have to decide what to do about Ezra. We will keep you up to date as we learn more. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.